CNBC-TV18 India Business Leader Awards 2024.
Next category, the Young Turks Startup of the Year. Priyanka and Harshil Salot, the co-founders of the sleep company.
At the sleep company, our mission has always been to revolutionize the way people sleep and sit, make world a more comfortable place.
Our next category is the Breakout Brand of the Year. Requesting Minu, Margeret, founder and CEO of Bliss Club, to join us on stage.
We launched with a single pair of black leggings, which we call the ultimate leggings. But in my head, I just thought that if I can just make that one product that's really amazing, which I can call the ultimate leggings, there'll be a lot of women who want to buy it.
Hello and welcome to this very special edition of Young Turks, India's longest-running show on startups and entrepreneurship. I'm Shereen. Bhan. Tonight, we celebrate innovation, resilience, and the bold vision of India's brightest entrepreneurs. We spotlight two startups that have truly redefined their industries with a powerful combination of technology, design, and customer-first thinking. In an industry that seemed to have slept through decades of stagnation, the sleep company is revolutionizing how we rest. Co-founded by Priyanka and Harshil Salot, this trailblazer has transformed sleep with its patented smart grid technology, offering unmatched comfort and support. In just 4 years, the sleep company has reached an impressive ARR of 500 crore rupees, with over 2 lakh customers benefiting from its innovative products. With a rapidly expanding presence across 100+ stores in 30 cities and a foray into international markets, the brand is a disruptor. The sleep company is 2024's Young Turk Startup of the Year. On to Bliss Club. Founded in 2019 by Minu, Margeret, it's reshaping India's activewear landscape with a vision to spread happiness through movement. Bliss Club's focus on creating comfortable, versatile and culturally relevant apparel for Indian women has led to explosive growth, achieving an ARR of 100 crore rupees in just 3 years. And with a rapidly expanding community, Bliss Club has disrupted the activewear market with products designed for real-life wear, not just for the gym. Their dedication to inclusivity and comfort has earned them the recognition as the Breakout Brand of the Year for 2024. Now, these startups are not just building businesses, they're shaping the future. Joining me now to talk about their journeys and lessons along the way are Harshil Salot, the co-founder of the sleep company, and Minu, Margeret, the founder and CEO of Bliss Club. Minu and Harshil, many thanks for joining us here on this special edition of Young Turks. And from all of us here, congratulations once again. Harshil, I'm going to start by talking to you about the journey the sleep company has had so far. You know, they often say that some of the most successful companies in the world were founded by people who encountered a problem that they wanted to solve. And that's exactly the genesis of the sleep company. So from your start in 2019, Harshil, to where you find yourself today, run me through the big milestones.
Shereen, so, we started because of a personal problem that we were facing, with my wife when we were expecting our first child, Ayan. And she was absolutely finding it very, very difficult to sleep like most pregnant women do. And we, at that point of time, tried different products, and we realized that there was a huge gap in the industry and the product quality was not up to the mark. There were not too many shops where you could get a good experience, where you could get educated about the right product. And hence, we kind of took it to ourselves to really come up with a disruption. It took us about 1.5 years of very, very intense research before we could launch this disruptive technology, which we call the smart grid. It's our own patented technology, which we believe is the biggest disruption in comfort science. It's the only material which can be both soft and firm at the same time and can ensure that it can adapt to different body parts and give you amazing comfort. But at the same time, it can give you amazing spine support as well. So, it's been 5 years. We started as a digital-first brand. We really focused on educating the customers about the benefits of this technology. In the first 2 years, the idea was to get the product right. We took a lot of feedback from different customers, and we made a lot of changes to the product to get it right. And then, we realized over a period of 1.5 to 2 years that the product market fit was very, very firmly established. Most of the people or consumers who were trying it were saying it's the best cure to insomnia. They were saying that they had back pain issues, which kind of went away. And that's the time when we realized that we really need to be a brand which is disrupting. And that's the time when we started our omni-channel journey. So we opened our first store in June of 2022. And since then, we have opened a store every 5 days in the country. Today, we have more than 127 stores across 35 cities, where we continue to disrupt, where we continue to educate our customers and give them amazing experience of our technology and guide them on why these are the best products for them.
Well, it's been quite a journey over the last 5 years, hasn't it? From digital to now an expanding online and offline presence. And I will get to the path to profitability for you in just a second, Harshil. But let me bring Minu into the conversation. Minu, congratulations to you as well. I want to start by asking you, like Harshil and Priyanka, was there a personal sort of trigger that led you to found Bliss Club? What was it really about when you got started?
No, firstly, thank you so much. It's really an honor to win this award and really appreciate this recognition. I think, yeah, 100% a very, very strong personal problem myself. I'm a pretty active person. I lead an active lifestyle. Would always struggle to find great, comfortable, technical clothes that just you can be in, right? Most brands that offer clothes in India either are fast fashion brands that are not thinking about quality, or building for the athlete, which means they may be super technical, but they're not comfortable as well. But for the folks who are really thinking of activity as a lifestyle, I feel like there was such a large gap, and I would never find clothes here. A lot of times I'm traveling abroad and I'm picking up products in the US made in India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. It made no sense. And, was really, really excited by the fact that, comfort is a large space that apparel has not evolved to. If you think about footwear, sneakerization is exactly that revolution, where track shoes became sneakers because now you're wearing it, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
That's what got me really excited, that, hey, I'm really looking for these products, these great, functional, comfortable products that I can be in at any point of time. And there's no one building that specifically for India. I'm 5'2" in height, and I would never find leggings which fit me. Because they were all built for Western bodies, because most brands in India, in the Western wear market, really build, are sourcing to an India market and not really building for our bodies. So be it the fit, be it the climate, from Bombay or Chennai, the humidity, there are not a lot of fabrics meant for it. So I think that was a personal journey, that there's a large, consumer problem to solve for, and doubling it down with the fact that no one's solving for it for my country. And it felt like that's definitely an opportunity to build for.
Yes, it was an open space that you decided to capture. But Harshil, let me come back to you, and I want to address this issue with both Minu as well as you. While we're talking a lot and the focus is a lot on the front end, let's talk about the back end. Minu was talking about, what it takes to be able to customize solutions for India. That's exactly what you've hoped to do with your patented technology as well. Fixing the back end, getting the back end right. Take me through the pieces that you focused on there, what you prioritized, how important that journey is, getting the supply chain in place. Take me through that, which very few people actually focus on or talk about.
Shereen, and that's a great question. And for us, our entire supply chain is kind of the backbone of the entire organization. So since day one, we've been on SAP as our ERP system, and we have our own manufacturing. So we are both forward as well as backward integrated completely. So we have 2 manufacturing facilities employing more than 300 people, where we make our own products. We also have 2 other warehouses, and we use a lot of tech to kind of forecast demand and also ensure that we service them in the right way. So we have an on-time delivery rate of more than 99%, and we are able to send most products to customers within a period of 3 to 4 working days across the country through our factories and through our warehousing network. So we believe that backend is extremely, extremely important, and we continue to focus on investing in that. In fact, we're just modernizing our entire plant on the outskirts of Mumbai and moving into a much bigger facility, which is more than 250,000 square feet.
Well, what is the capex likely in the year coming up, Harshil, on account of the expansion that you foresee?
Yeah, so Shereen, we've been, very, very lean in terms of our back-end capex. So I think the new plant would cost us about 15 to 20 crores of investment that we have to
Okay. Minu, the same question to you. You talked about how you would see these brands where the manufacturing had actually taken place in India or Bangladesh or Vietnam. As you looked at starting Bliss Club, the thoughts on setting up the back end, manufacturing, where you were sourcing your fabrics, etc., from the pieces of that puzzle and how they came together, and what was the biggest challenge there?
No, I think also a very pertinent question for us, because unlike other brands in the apparel category, we build and we engineer clothes, right? So be it engineering the fabric or the fit, it's very different from normal apparel brands where you're really taking, you're taking existing fabrics and then fitting it into the clothes. For us, our garments are very close to body. It needs to withstand a high amount of friction. It also needs to be comfortable for 10 hours a day, which means that engineering the right fabric as well as fit is a large part of why we're able to build extremely differentiated products. And for us, Shereen, the backend is not just manufacturing, it's also the internal team in terms of design, in terms of sourcing, in terms of quality. And this is a first challenge that we have faced, and I have faced personally as well, right? Unfortunately, a lot of firstly, there aren't a lot of technical brands in India, definitely no homegrown brands. Whatever international brands exist don't have design teams or sourcing teams in India. So these are all designed in Germany or US or in other parts of the world, and they're just sourcing these products to India, which means that core sourcing, design, quality, talent in India is very, very limited. So building that, nurturing that, training that internally is, by the way, one of the biggest things that we've had to kind of work and achieve. And I'm super proud of the team that we have, because we work from designing to sourcing to quality to every part of the supply chain is something that we control in apparel. Secondly, coming to
go ahead.
Yeah, so coming to the back end in terms of manufacturing, right? Given that these fabrics are really technical, it means that we don't have, we can't just go source it from anywhere. We have to engineer bottoms up these fabrics, which means that finding the right partner which can work with us at scale, being able to work closely with them through innovation and technology, something that we've had to kind of build over a period of time. So I think across from fabric to finished good manufacturing to internal talent, being able to grow all of that over the last 4 years is something that we have personally invested a lot in.
Let's now talk about how hard it was to get funding on board. And Harshil, I'll start by asking you, you've got marquee names like Premji Invest, Fireside Ventures, Ulterior Capital on the cap table for you. But when you decided that this is what you wanted to do, and it is a fragmented market, it's a disorganized market as well, finding the right partners, finding the funding, how hard and challenging was that? And what about the hunt for fresh funds from here?
Yeah, so Shereen, when we were 1.5 years into our journey, and when we had realized that, we had hit a basic level of product market fit and really wanted to expand by investing more in brand building and marketing, is when we, went out to take external funding. I think, our journey has been relatively easier because we were introduced to Fireside Ventures by one of our batchmates, and luckily within 2 or 3 meetings, they believed in our story, they believed in our vision, and we were able to get a term sheet from them. And that they introduced us to Premji Invest, and we really loved their way of working and ensuring that they have a very, very long duration of holding, and that's what excited us. And luckily, all the fundraisers for us have gone very smoothly without having to have a banker in the middle. And we just have two investors on our cap table, and they continue to believe in our vision. And we have also we credit them for pushing us in the right directions and adding a lot of value at the board level to help us reach where we are.
So are you looking at raising more at this point in time, given the expansion plans that you have?
Yeah, Shereen, so I think by the first quarter of next year, we will look at raising another round. We really want to do that to expand our distribution network. We have about 127 stores now, and in the next 2 to 3 years, we foresee that we will have anywhere between 350 to 400 stores. So I think by the first quarter of next year is when we will look to raise another round.
Okay, first quarter of next year, likely to raise more. Minu, let me put that same question to you. You've, of course, got people like Elevation on the cap table and a whole bunch of angels from Sri Harsha Majeti to Ghazal Alag to Neeraj Arora, Kunal Shah, and many more. What was that journey like, getting people to believe in the vision that you had for Bliss Club? And more importantly, now as you look at expansion, looking to raise more funds, and what is the expansion pipeline looking like?
Yeah, no, I think it's been an incredible journey in terms of, finding and having the right partners. So we had Elevation who came in at seed round. This is when we had one product, one SKU and one color. And we were showing some really good early traction. I think coming in that early, believing in the vision, believing in the fact that, hey, casualization of activewear is a big trend that we back up. Is something that they did quite early on in our journey. We then had 8 Roads come in, and Shweta from 8 Roads, who kind of believed in the problem statement that women had, and kind of came in at our Series A round. And I think both, we've been very lucky to have great partners who believe in us, who believe in our vision, and believe that this is really a category that will disrupt apparel to a large extent. I think for me, the angel investors has been great in terms of having a chain reaction. I remember having the conversation with Neeraj was the first, and then he just helped connect me to other people. And, each one of those angel investors have actually helped us so much in terms of just being, a sounding board on a lot of things that, they have probably gone through before us. In terms of thinking about fundraise, I think in the next 6 months, 6 to 12 months, it is something that we will think about. I think for us, one is expanding, product and category. It's something that we want to invest in. Offline also is a channel that is early for us, but showing good signs intrinsically, and hence scaling that up will be another reason we look at to raise.
Well, so fundraising on the cards for Minu as well at Bliss Club. But Minu, I wanted your take on data that we've contended with for many, many years, and it continues to not look that great. In fact, the CXXO State of Female Entrepreneurship report is out just today, the report that Kalari Capital and Manikola put together. And only 16% of all capital raised is allocated to startups with women co-founders. So, Minu, I want to understand from you. You've, of course, managed to get funding, but, what was that like? Was it harder? Do you believe it was harder for you to be able to get the required funds on board, considering that it was a woman-led venture?
Yeah, so we have a double whammy. It's a woman-led venture and building for women only as well, right? Which means that I think, backing up a company, a large part of it is understanding the problem statement really well and deeply, and knowing that, hey, this is definitely something that's being disrupted by this brand or by this company. I think being able to explain the magnitude of problem, be it in terms of fit, be it in terms of fabric, be it in terms of just lack of availability of these products in India, I think it's easier to explain to a fellow woman who understands this a little bit more closely than men. That is the truth that, our VC ecosystem does have, a lot more men than women. And hence, I think explaining the problem statement took longer and takes longer every time I have a conversation. But I think, numbers speak half the story. So I would say that, I think earlier on it was a lot more difficult. But yeah, I think it will, and it essentially will be a challenge as well. But yeah, the good part is there's a lot of problems to solve for women as well. And hence,
Yes.
that's the opportunity.
There are a lot of problems to solve indeed. But Harshil, let me come back to you now and, really understand what the future looks like in terms of building an ecosystem around the proposition of comfort, which is what both Minu as well as you at Sleep Company are hoping to address. Minu is also looking at building a community around Bliss Club. What about you? Where else or what next can we expect as far as the Sleep Company is concerned, going beyond sleep necessarily or in the ancillary areas around sleep?
So, Shereen, the vision for the Sleep Company is to be the best comfort tech company and changing the way people sleep and sit. So, we also have launched a sitting portfolio with our smart grid technology, which contributes to the business meaningfully. I think we are very, very focused on our mission statement, which is to make India sleep and sit better. So we will come up with a lot of innovative products. In fact, we're just about to come up with an AI mattress where the mattress will automatically adjust itself depending on the kind of pressure it is exhibiting at different body parts, and hence give a much, much better quality of sleep. So idea for us is to continue to innovate in this space, come up with very, very exciting products that can really solve this problem. Uh, I don't know if you guys are aware, but today India is the second most sleep deprived nation in the world. So it is
Yes.
something that requires a lot of education to ensure that people are really, really sleeping deeper and better.
Well, yes, I completely agree with the fact that we're sleeping less and less on account of many challenges. But Minu, on the issue of the comfort tech proposition, I know you're also looking at community building around Bliss Club. Take me through what else you have planned.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it is ahead of us. We've in the last 3 years, 3.5 years, really focused on, building just great products for an activewear use case. I think thinking about and our vision and our mission at Bliss Club is to spread happiness through movement, and hence the name Bliss Club as well. I think thinking about different levels of movement and building for that is something that we're working on. So expanding, the use case of movement itself and making sure that we're able to provide, comfort fits, fabrics, and apparel that helps her move through different parts of her day is something that we think about. The other new thing that we're working on is really innerwear, and it's been a launch that happened just about a week back. I think innerwear is one of those garments which is probably one of the most uncomfortable garments that a woman wears. It's also a pretty technical garment, given it's so close to body and actually has to have a very strong function of supporting breasts in a seamless manner. And I think that's something that we're excited about. I think it's one of those things that we really, really, really wanted to crack. We know that the first thing a woman does when she reaches home is remove her bra, because that's the most uncomfortable thing she wears. So that's something that we're working on as well, and we're excited about that in the future.
So very quickly, both of you, path to profitability. Minu, I'll start with you, and Harshil, you're up next.
Yeah, no, I think for us, definitely being a D2C brand, profitability and being close to that is really important. I think, thinking about it in the next, 12 months is something that we think about.
Okay, the next 12 months, hopefully to profitability as far as Bliss Club is concerned. Harshil, what about you at Sleep Company?
Shereen, we've been very, very mindful of our unit economics, and we've been working on the path to profitability for more than 18 months now. And it looks like that we should be breaking even next quarter, and then taking it even further ahead next year.
Okay, break even next quarter and profitability in the coming year. Harshil, Salot and Minu, Margeret, appreciate you joining us here on Young Turks. We wish the two of you and your teams the very best of luck and look forward to the exciting developments that you're working on. Many thanks for joining us here on this special edition of Young Turks. That's it then. Those were the winners of the Startup Awards at the India Business Leader Awards here on Young Turks. From all of us here on the team, goodbye. Many thanks for watching.